Let's get these draft profiles to going, man. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. This draft prospect, man, is a massive dude. And y'all seen the title. This massive prospect could help the Atlanta Falcons, and he could. Desmond Watson, former Florida Gators, 6'6", about 460. That's right. I see it. 6'6", about 460. And if he gets drafted and if he makes it to the NFL, he will be the biggest player to ever play in the NFL. Aaron Gibson, former offensive lineman, was 4'10". He was about 6'8", but Desmond just a little bit shorter. But you talk about a massive guy, man. He's exactly what a 3-4 team needs. And I don't know if the Falcons are going to run a 3-4 or 4-3, but I think it's going to be a hybrid type thing. But a guy this size, we've been talking about zero techniques. Me, Ryan Walker, Alberto, Chris. Um, we've been talking about this for a while, and this is one of those guys that can come in and fill that spot. So if you think about what's going on with the Falcons on the defensive line, they lost Grady Jarrett. They lost Eddie Goldman, two of the biggest defensive linemen that they had. However, we knew this was coming because they drafted Rook last year. They drafted Brandon Doris last year, and both of those guys are about 6'3", 6'4", about 290, in the same range. And we knew a change was coming on the defensive line. But you add a guy that's 6'6", 60 pounds, they may make him lose just a little bit of weight, about 20 to 25 pounds, to get him down around 440, somewhere in that range. And I get it. Um, I know he's not going to be an every down guy. He's not going to be an every down guy because I think he's going to be a short yardage guy. I think he's going to be a goal line guy, and I think he's going to be one of those guys that if they want to bring a blitz, they use him to eat up space. And at 6'6", 460, he can clog up run lanes, and you saw it at Florida. He can clog up run lanes. He can get those big mammoth hands up, block passing lanes, and it's just so much you can do with this guy as far as not having to just use him as a rotational guy. And I think he's going to be most effective at the next level as a rotational guy. And the reason why I said a 3-4 guy and teams like Pittsburgh, Baltimore, they come right to mind when you talk about big defensive linemen. They're not scared to go get these guys. You remember guys in Baltimore like Elodie Nada, Michael Pierce, who just retired last year, Sylvester Williams. Then you look at Pittsburgh, guys like Casey Hampton, Stephen Tuitt. Um, they just always had these big guys in the middle, man. And I think the Falcons can follow that same blueprint, go out and get a guy that can eat up space just like these guys. You remember back in the day, um, there was a guy named Grady Jackson. The Falcons had while Abe was here, and he would eat up space. And Rod Coleman took advantage of that. And Rod Coleman was one of the better defensive linemen, defensive tackles at that time. He was only about 6'2", 285. And he was quick, swift, and he could get after the quarterback because he had that space eater to take double teams and to make his job a little bit easier. And I think if you add a guy like Desmond Watson, it can help these young guys come along. And if the Falcons bring in another veteran, they did resign Kentavia Street. So I think Desmond Watson can help all these guys, man. Because one thing about size, you can't teach size. You can only, coach it and, figure out what to do with it. Because honestly, I just think this is a no-brainer, especially if he's there in the fourth round and you feel like you want to take just one more shot at the defensive tackle. I think Desmond Watson can be that guy because 6'6", I'm sorry, 6'6", 460, you just can't teach that, man. And look, the Falcons need another defensive tackle. Let's just keep it real. First, second round, we'll see what they do. If they can pull off a trade, we'll see. But that fourth round pick, I could definitely see another defensive lineman being taken by the Atlanta Falcons because they need depth at that position. Oh, and don't forget, Taquan Graham came back as well. He's one of their better run defenders. So Desmond Watson makes sense in all of these aspects as far as this 3-4, as far as this pass rush. I think it would make a whole lot of sense. But y'all tell me what y'all think by dropping those comments. Desmond Watson, my latest NFL draft prospect. Drop those comments. Let's debate. Let's have fun. We'll see y'all soon, man, because the draft is right around the corner. It's now one day before April 1st, and we have a little bit over 3 weeks left. It's your boy, Antoine Smith, and I will holler at y'all soon, man. Peace.